What if I told you some of the most intriguing, innovative, and downright quirky cars in American automotive history are the ones you've never heard of? That's right. We're diving deep into the back alleys of American auto history, where forgotten masterpieces and curious experiments live. Buckle up, because today we're uncovering the hidden gems of the American car industry, the cars that got overshadowed, underestimated, or just plain weird. And let's be real, if you're the kind of person who thinks American car history begins and ends with the Mustang or Corvette, it's time to expand those horizons. Let's start with the Tucker 48, a car that was so ahead of its time that Detroit collectively said, "Nah, we're not doing that." Preston Tucker's brainchild came equipped with features like a rear-mounted engine, a safety windshield that popped out on impact, and a third headlight that turned with the steering wheel. Sounds cool, right? Well, apparently it was too cool for 1948. Tucker built only 51 of these futuristic beauties before he got steamrolled by the big three automakers and a little something called politics. Imagine rolling into your 1950s neighborhood with a car that looks like it's auditioning for a sci-fi film. The Tucker 48 was everything people claim to want in a car today: innovation, safety, and style. Yet, it got benched before it could play the game. Now, let's talk about the AMC Eagle. Picture this. It's the late 70s, and everyone's driving gas-guzzling land yachts. Then AMC says, what if we slap four-wheel drive on a station wagon and make it look rugged? Bam! The AMC Eagle was born, arguably the first ever crossover SUV before that term even existed. It could handle off-road trails, snow, and suburban parking lots like a champ. Sure, it looked a little goofy, like your dad wearing hiking boots with khakis, but it got the job done. The Eagle didn't survive the 80s, but it walked so your Subaru Outback could run. Don't act like you're too good for a crossover. Half of you are probably watching this while sitting in one. Alright, let's get a little weird with the Stout Scarab. This thing looked like a minivan from an alternate reality. Designed in the 1930s, the Scarab was essentially America's first attempt at a luxury van. It had a streamlined, Beetle-like shape and an interior layout that wouldn't feel out of place in a modern RV, complete with a table and swivel chairs. Yes, swivel chairs. Imagine pulling up to a drive-in movie and being able to rearrange your seating to face the screen. Henry Ford might have been all about the Model T assembly line, but William Bushnell Stout was out here trying to revolutionize road trips before road trips were even a thing. The downside? The Scarab was way too expensive, and only 9 were ever built. Talk about rare. If you find one today, congratulations, you own the Mona Lisa of minivans. Speaking of rare, here's a quick trivia break. Did you know the Pontiac Aztek was once considered a flop, but is now a cult classic? Yeah, we're not putting it on this list because we're sticking with real hidden gems, not memes. But hey, if you're a closet Aztek fan, drop a comment below so we can roast you. Next up, the Studebaker Avanti. Oh, you think Tesla invented sleek electric-looking cars? Nah. Back in 1962, Studebaker released this aerodynamic, fiberglass-bodied beauty. The Avanti was marketed as a high-performance luxury car, boasting innovations like front disc brakes and a supercharged engine option. It looked like it belonged in a James Bond movie, but unfortunately, Studebaker's finances were as stable as a three-legged chair. The Avanti barely made a splash before the company folded. But here's the kicker. Enthusiasts loved it so much that they kept the design alive through independent manufacturing. That's right, this car has been reincarnated more times than your favorite superhero franchise. Now, before we move on, here's your mid-video challenge. Hit that like button if you've learned something new so far. Go ahead, we'll wait. And if you're really feeling adventurous, subscribe and stick around for more automotive rabbit holes like this one. Alright, back to the show. Let's not forget the Cadillac Eldorado Brougham. Sure, everyone knows Cadillac as the epitome of American luxury, but the 1957 Eldorado Brougham was in a league of its own. This wasn't just a car, it was a statement. With suicide doors, a stainless steel roof, and a minibar in the glove compartment, It was the kind of car that made you want to don a three-piece suit just to drive it. And get this, it came with magnetic shot glasses. Why? Because apparently the engineers thought, let's make sure the drinks stay steady when this thing floats over potholes. Only about 400 were made, so owning one was, and still is, like being part of an exclusive club of road royalty. And now, for something truly left field, the Dymaxion car. Buckminster Fuller, the man who gave us the geodesic dome, decided he'd also take a crack at cars. The result? The Dymaxion, a three-wheeled, teardrop-shaped vehicle that looked like a cross between a Zeppelin and a toaster. This 1930s oddball was designed for maximum efficiency, seating 11 people and promising better aerodynamics than anything else on the road. Unfortunately, its handling was, let's call it, adventurous. One crash during a demonstration pretty much sealed its fate, but you have to admire the ambition. Fuller wasn't just building a car, he was trying to redefine transportation. It's a shame the world wasn't ready. Now, let's wrap this up with the Kaiser-Darren. First of all, that name sounds like a fancy cocktail. And honestly, the car's design is just as smooth. Released in 1954, the Kaiser-Darren was America's first production fiberglass sports car, even beating the Corvette to market. Its most notable feature? Sliding doors that tucked into the front fenders. Yes, sliding doors on a sports car. It's the kind of thing that makes you wonder why we don't see more innovation like that today. But like many on this list, the Darren was a little too ahead of its time, and only 435 were made. It's the kind of car you'd see at a classic car show and think, why don't they make cars like this anymore? So, what's the moral of the story? American automotive history isn't just about the big names and blockbuster hits. Sometimes the real magic happens on the fringes, in the garages of dreamers and the factories of underdogs. These cars might not have sold millions, but they pushed boundaries, challenged conventions, and left a legacy that still sparks curiosity today. And hey, next time someone tries to tell you America doesn't innovate, just hit them with a Tucker 48 fact and watch their jaw drop. Before you go, let us know in the comments, which of these hidden gems would you want in your garage? And don't forget to subscribe for more tales from the wild, weird, and wonderful world of cars. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.